If you're thinking about the Brother P-touch PT-D410 label maker to organize your home or small business, hold on, because what I'm about to reveal will definitely surprise you. This label maker promises a lot, including a versatile labeling experience with customizable fonts and designs. But here's what surprised me. It's not as flawless as the glowing 4.6-star Amazon ratings might lead you to believe. In fact, while it's packed with features, there are some hidden issues that might just make you think twice before clicking Add to Cart. Why? Because sometimes a product that looks perfect on paper doesn't quite fit your real-world needs, and the PT-D410 is a classic example. Stick around and I'll show you the good, the bad, and the downright frustrating, plus whether it's actually worth your $69.98. But first, let's talk about who this thing is really for and whether it'll match your expectations. If you're a small business owner or someone who loves keeping their home perfectly labeled, from files and cables to pantry ingredients and crafts, the Brother P-touch PT-D410 seems like it was made for you. The promise is simple: a quick, easy way to create professional-looking labels with cool fonts, frames, and even barcodes. It boasts connectivity via USB, so you can use your PC or Mac to design fully customized labels with the P-touch editor software. You get up to 5 lines of text, 15 fonts, 13 styles, 120 frames, and 700 symbols. Sounds like a designer's playground, right? But here's the catch. While the features sound impressive, the actual performance can sometimes throw a wrench into your labeling plans. But more on that later. First, let me walk you through the label maker's standout qualities before we dig into the issues. One of the biggest perks is its ability to connect to your computer. This means you're not stuck with the limited built-in templates alone. You can dive deep into creative label making, perfect for small business owners needing barcodes or stylish labels for products and filing. The LCD screen is large enough for a 2-line preview, definitely a lifesaver to avoid typo disasters. Plus, you can store up to 50 commonly printed labels. I mean, no one wants to retype invoice folder 50 times, right? The Brother P-touch PT-D410 also prints on a variety of durable Brother TZ label tapes, available in colors, finishes, and even specialty tapes like security and cable tapes, making it versatile enough for office, home, or even craft projects. One joke I like to share here is, if organization was an Olympic sport, this label maker would be a contender. But will it bring home the gold? Let's see. Now, despite these perks, users often hit a few bumps that can feel way bigger than the price tag suggests. For starters, the actual ease of use can be misleading. On paper, the QWERTY keyboard and one-touch formatting keys scream convenience, but in practice, the keyboard feels cramped and the software can be clunky, especially on Mac. Connecting via USB sometimes causes driver issues, especially with newer operating systems, meaning it's not always a plug-and-play experience. Plus, although it supports 5 lines of text with tons of fonts and symbols, the physical label width maxes out at 3/4 inch. That might sound okay until you realize you're pretty limited when it comes to labeling larger items or signage where bigger fonts are necessary. So, if you want fancy, large labels, this might not be your best bet. Here's a little twist for you. Despite all these features, the PT-D410 is often outclassed by newer, more user-friendly models from Brother itself or competitors which cost roughly the same or less. Yes, sometimes more recent models offer Bluetooth connectivity, smartphone apps, and better ease of use. Funny thing is, even with those added conveniences, some users still prefer the old-school feel of the PT-D410, meaning nostalgia is real, or they just really love that label tape smell. Though that's a joke, obviously, who's sniffing their label makers. Let's address the durability of the tape itself. Brother's TZ label tapes are widely praised for being durable, waterproof, and resistant to fading, great for long-lasting labels on files, cables, or pantry jars. The PT-D410 supports designs on these tapes, which is a big plus over generic label makers using cheaper tape that peels off or fades fast. However, replacement label tapes can get pricey, which is a fun surprise for budget-conscious users. Also, the speed of printing isn't blazing fast. If you have a ton of labels to print for an office or event, it might test your patience a little. But hey, labeling is therapeutic, right? Said no one ever, but comedians must have fun somewhere. Another pain point you'll want to be aware of: the software compatibility and updates. Brother's P-touch editor is decent, but sometimes it lacks the polish found in other labeling software on the market. Frequent updates are hit or miss, and some users complain about crashes or bugs when trying to design complex labels. If you're one to make ultra-customized labels, this might slow your workflow more than help it. Plus, the storage of 50 reusable labels can fill up quickly if you're a heavy user, forcing you to delete and recreate frequently used labels. So be ready to invest some patience here. A quick story to lighten things up. A friend of mine bought the PT-D410 to label his home office, confident he'd be organized within hours. 3 days later, after wrestling with software and USB connectivity, he was technically more stressed but now had something labeled, "Do not open," frustration zone on every drawer. Guess that label stuck, sort of like the PT-D410's tape. But jokes aside, if you're tech-savvy and patient, you can definitely turn this into a well-oiled labeling machine. One thing I really appreciate is how the device facilitates organization in many settings, whether it's home, office, or small business. The ability to personalize office equipment, label drawers, track inventory with barcodes, and so much more makes this a versatile tool, especially if you purchase the optional accessories like the carry case or smaller tape widths. It broadens use cases nicely. The tactile feel of the keyboard and the manual operation also mean you're never dependent on a phone or app to print your label. Sometimes simpler is better, though sometimes simpler means don't expect super sleek. So who is the Brother P-touch PT-D410 truly for? If you're a small business owner or home organizer who doesn't mind a learning curve and values durability, a good selection of fonts and symbols, and the option to connect and customize from a PC or Mac, this might be your perfect labeling partner. But if you want seamless smartphone connectivity, lightning fast printing, or a lightweight touchscreen experience, you might want to look elsewhere. Or consider one of Brother's newer models like the PT-D460BT, which supports Bluetooth and mobile app printing. To wrap it up, the Brother P-touch PT-D410 is a solid, dependable label maker that balances tradition with some modern features. It impresses on paper with extensive fonts, frames, and symbol choices, plus versatile tape options, and excels in durability and offline use. But don't buy it expecting flawless connectivity or lightning-quick labeling. The software can be temperamental, keyboard feels cramped, and some aspects are starting to show their age. That said, with a bit of patience, it's still a reliable choice for everyday home and business organization. Like any tool, it has strengths and flaws, but it can turn chaos into order, one label at a time. So, if you're ready to bring order to your workspace or home clutter with a trustworthy label maker that offers creative freedom without breaking the bank, the Brother P-touch PT-D410 could be exactly what you need. I recommend grabbing it if you love durable labels, PC design options, and a traditional handheld design. Plus, think of all the fun you'll have customizing your own barcode stickers. You're basically a retail ninja now. For the best price on the Brother P-touch PT-D410, check the link in the description below. Whether you're labeling a tiny spice jar or an entire filing cabinet, this device promises to add a new level of organization. And hey, who doesn't want to feel like life's a little more in control? Remember, even if your label maker gets a bit label-larious with quirks, it's all part of the journey to holding together that perfectly organized workspace. And if it ever gives you trouble, just slap on a label that says, I'm not lazy, I'm efficiently mislabeled. Thanks for watching. Happy organizing.